Now, here is your problem, all right? If me and my wife are in the same apartment, you can't even prove touching occurred, right? Because who would be dumb enough, even if mentally ill, paranoid schizophrenic, to not, again, right, tell the wife that night, right? See, I'll be paranoid because I don't know why she would even come in there to me normally, right? Right. I would be the one having to deal with something weird, right? Not my ex-wife who was in there with her until maybe after 11 p.m. How do I know it would be 11 p.m.? Well, again, we're assuming it was either Thursday night, the first night I met her, or no later than Sunday evening, which both nights you go to bed around 11 o'clock because you got to be to work both days in the morning. Two of the nights, okay, again, I can go to bed later because I'm the adult. I might watch a movie or something, or not, all right? But still, usually the time I go to bed would be what, 11. There's no real reason, unless I want to watch a movie or something, to stay up all night, right? Even with my ex-wife. Usually we would go to bed probably around the same time, which is probably usually around 11, right? Whether we watch TV or not, whatever we're doing, until we went to go get her as well. So we're living together for 4 damn months, right? Now, she's the one, though, getting impatient about all this stuff, too, right? Now, she got more impatient with me on the way to get her. No. And I don't know what's really going on because this is being sprung on me because I was in the hospital for 2 weeks and I didn't really have a choice in that because I was having problems communicating or even talking, right, to the board that when I first got there, and they held me in medhold for 2 weeks, right? I couldn't do nothing about that, Daphne, right? Damn. But then you want to go get her, right? That's the problem. I didn't have no way to even know what's going on until 2 weeks later, right? When I got back. Then you want to go get it right away, right? Not even 6 months after we met, right? I don't know. And you're not telling me anything about it. We didn't even talk about it until I got back, right? We couldn't. That's what I mean. Anyway, it will bother anyone because it's a crime. Even if it ain't a crime, you don't do that with your stepdaughter, right? Everybody knows that. Even the mentally ill know that, right? Most mentally ill people, though, don't get, again, cited for that being part of a mental illness, usually either. If you're schizophrenic, one of the problems is you hear voices. That's why in the confession, I talked about a voice saying stop at a certain point, too. Remember that? If I was to try and do something with her, if it was a schizophrenic moment, right? I know my voices would tell me to stop. You understand what I mean, right? Because that's not my normal behavior with a 4-year-old. Or there will be more 4-year-olds. If you're a pedophile, they usually go after a certain age, right? The reason they might would do it with the 4-year-old is they might can even try to talk them into it, make them think that you're not doing it wrong. I guess, right? And then they not even know they were molested, right? They're at that age where you might can manipulate them that way. I'm guessing, right? That's what I heard, right? Now, they also are less likely to get pregnant between 4 to 8, right? Like I told you before. They don't start maturing between 8 and 12, right? But they do mature faster than boys, right? That's the thing we heard growing up too, right? Girls mature faster than boys, all that. Right? You probably heard that too, right? Now, what we're also talking about is what was I actually attracted to? Was it girls or boys? Girls, right? We're also going into the homosexual area because my cousin, okay, when he came in after I went to sleep, is pretending we did something sexual. I don't even know what happened, right? The problem being, though, he's my step cousin, too, right? And he was out with his friends. I don't even know nobody, right? When I'm going up to Pennsylvania. And I'm just hitting puberty, dumbass, right? That's another thing. Alright, you better to sleep alone than with a, you know, horny pubescent teenager, right? Not even 12 years old yet, 13 years old yet. I think so, right? Around that age, right? Anyway. This is what we're talking about here. Now, there's something called a wet dream, which if you're doing it, you're not conscious of it, right? You're asleep. You're asleep. But they don't know that, though, either. Some people take advantage of it. That's why I'm wondering, well, what we do. But you think I'm gay. I don't think you fucked me. Uh-oh. And that you were trying to stick it in me. What were you doing? Taking advantage of the Harlem, right? You know what I mean? Right? I was already, if I was doing the nocturnal thing, right? Called a wet dream, right? Hard. And I don't think he stuck his in mine, right? But, right? Say it bluntly. Because I would wake up, maybe, perhaps hurting. I don't know. But what was he doing to say I'm gay, right? See, that works both ways, right? And you're either what? Giving or receiving, right? Now, if I'm asleep with the Woody, right, that ain't about you. Because the Woody was there before you got bit, right? That's right. Another thing about that, right? I was already that way. If I was that way, right? During a wet dream, right? So whatever transpired after, I don't even remember anything. All I know is the next morning he's up there acting like I'm all gay. I don't know. Unless I'm having a wet dream and he's taking advantage of it somehow, right? Well, you're less likely to wake up if they're gently trying to fuck you if you're asleep than if they're trying to in the butt. Not me. I hate to visualize this for you, but you gotta be blunt. We gotta be blunt. Right? One might wake you up. One might not. Right. Depending on how gentle you are when the person's asleep. Right. You know what I mean? It's called a night rape too, when the person ain't conscious too. Right. It can be termed as a rape. Right. Because I didn't consciously come on to Chris. I was already asleep before he came in. Right. He came in after we all went to sleep too. Right. Everybody else was asleep too, not just me. Right. So why is he calling me gay and making me dance with my female cousin who came up with us to prove that I know what happens at a slow dance with a female, right? And that you can sometimes get, you know, right? One of those things, right? If you dance with a female. What's going on? What's really going on? Right. And yes, when she got close to me, I did get excited. But I also know she's my cousin. I'm not supposed to do that, right? So I'm confused, right? But not that confused. I don't like women still, right? I know. Right. What's going on? See, that's the whole problem, right? When someone accuses you of doing something and you don't know what happened, but you were asleep before they came in, right? And one would wake you up, definitely, and one, it depends on how gentle you are while the person's asleep, right? You understand what I mean? If you're giving or receiving, right? If he's receiving and I'm asleep, and he's doing it gentle, you know, to make sure he's not waking me up, who's acting like they wanted sex with him? I know. That's part of the question, too. Is it me who was already asleep Maybe I even rolled over on top of him. I don't know. I'm asleep. You're asleep. I keep stressing that. I'm asleep. You're asleep. Okay? I'm not me. I'm not me. And I don't have problems even talking to girls, even if I strike out. You know what I mean? I know. Right. But it don't mean I'm doing what he thinks I'm doing there either, right? Nope. It's him who's conscious, not me, right? And he is the only one who can take advantage of me, not me him, right? If I'm asleep, right? And I don't even recall waking up once till morning. Right? Oh, yeah, see, I woke up with him on top of me and tried to get him off and knock him upside the head or something. And then he tried to smother me with the pillow. I don't know. Right. Did that happen too? I was asleep. I don't remember. But I know if I did wake up and he was doing that, either way, one of them would definitely wake you up and one of them might wake you up depending on how good the person is. But one you give and one you receive. Now, if you're asleep and you're receiving, right, that might wake you up differently depending how gentle or rough the person is too, right? You see what I mean? Right. But you would also wake up if you never did it before, sore in that area, so maybe sore in that area. I don't know. I don't remember specifics either, right? But I don't think, again, I woke up with a sore butthole or colon, which is what it is. Exactly. Let's address that first. And the stepdaughter issue, okay? Like I tell you, what am I confessing? I'm sleeping on the couch. Why? Because she has to come in there to wake me up if she was her mom, right? See, the confession is out. It's a false confession under duress. Because you're harassing me over it. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm mentally ill at the time since, right? You can't take anything I'm making up when I tell you I'm making it up, seriously. Because I can do that too, whether it's schizophrenia or not. Anyone can make shit up, like if they're watching SU a lot. You can't say none of the stories that can come from SU, because one of them involved Elliot having the beta child. The male character. A boy child, right? So I can simply switch that to having the baby my stepdaughter too. Dumbass. Yes. I remember that episode too. Where the boy was the victim, right? And they even showed him in the bathtub with Elliot trying to figure out how to do all that, right? Now, I also know, because like I said, I remember catching our parent, my mom and dad, having sex with dad, I remember trying to have sex with the female cousin again. Remember I told you that? Maybe several, I don't know. I'm a little horn dog. I remember I told you I had girlfriends, right? Who have kids. See, I like kids and girls. So I'm not about this circle, dot shit. That don't even faze me. And I'm a little boy, and you're a little boy. But they say, and a little child shall lead them. What does that mean? I don't know. But anyway. I kissed a girl. The quote. The lobster from the Little Mermaid. I kissed the goose. Plural too. Like I said, I don't even know who's contacting me through these dating sites. No, you don't. But it don't mean I'm not really trying to find a girlfriend and just not judging it either. That's true. The woman you're showing me naked pictures of, who I'm hoping I'm talking to, right? Even if it's some butt wad male, right? Can't do nothing about that either, though. I know the bait and switch too, but like I said, right? And I know a female from a male unless you're a full out transgender person, like I said. It's the only way you wouldn't know, the only way you wouldn't know, nobody would know then. They try to make it look like a vagina, right? Surgically. Unless you have a real bad job, I guess, down there, right? Exactly. Now, we gotta be blunt, though. We're not saying, okay, descriptive sex acts, but we're kind of pointing out one gives and one receives, right? Meaning something goes into some part of the body, right? Whether you're male or female. Mm-hmm. The difference is one of the males is playing a female role versus the other two, right? Though you can switch, right? Now, unless the female again has a dildo, she can't do that, right? with the male, unless you observe what in yours, right? But we're talking medically too. See, I'm not just describing how to do it, showing you how to do it, any details, right? It's ambiguous for a reason. Right? It's also called My Confessions, right? My Real Confessions, right? And we all mess up a little here and there. Now, I know R. Kelly. You don't see a bunch of 12-year-old teenagers or 15-year-old teenagers around me. Right? The only one you're saying was 15 was the girl calling herself Michelle, who told me she was 37 when I asked her age, right? Her, I made sure to ask the age for some reason. I don't know. Because some of the women I already knew, especially the ones in Garden City, and I can kind of tell they were maybe in their 40s, right? I don't know. But they could have been in their 60s, and I think they're in their 40s or 30s or 20s, right? I don't know. I don't know either. But I don't think any of them was working there under 16. Because legally you can't. That job has different requirements than Burger King. Now, she can work Burger King, she can work Kroger, she can work a grocery store with special concession, right? She's got to get permission, though, right? You're forgetting all that, right? From at least her parents. I know that. Right? Are you with me so far? Mm-hmm. Right. Life in the fast lane? Right. Now, the thing is, I can't make my stepdaughter cry out to her mom, no matter how long she's in there with me, right? If it's a short time or a long time, or it didn't happen at all, right? See, then she wouldn't cry out at all. She was in the bedroom with her mom. There you go. Right. Which of the stories really makes more sense of what I'm confessing? That she actually would come in there with me up? How do you deal with an asshole who won't listen? It's hard to. They won't listen. They're like a fucking rock. It's like talking to the rock at Gibraltar. With some people. They're stubborn as the fucking mules. And even they can be kind of eventually edged on. These people are just rocks in their head, right? Right. They have no morality. They have no sense of justice either. Or they would straighten their own life out, right? and realize they're the problem and not the solution. Right? What they're doing is mega evil. But they're so used to it, right? They won't change. They won't change. And if they don't change, they're going to go to the lake of fire or hell or whatever you want to call it, where Halel is, which is Satan's Hebrew name, by the way. He's called Halel. Hell, they contracted it to. You're going to Halel, which is what they mean, or hell, when you die. I mean, you're going down, not up. Because he went down into the deep. In Ezekiel. He went down into the grave, which sounds suicidal too. Right. Now, if Adam died 930 years later, why? Because Satan died that 9 months after. 9 months after the sex with him. That's why. That's why. Something has to die to make us all die. Mm-hmm. And stay dead. And stay dead. That's why he is, was, but is not. Right. Gather all that.